Good morning, good evening, everyone. I see a lot of folks have joined us from different parts of the world. My name's Rahul Jolly, and I'm super glad to be here. I'm the president of Global Travel and Hospitality Vertical at Teleperformance, and I'm responsible for formulating organic and inorganic growth strategies by delivering on value based client solutions across all segments of the travel industry. And today with me, I have Melissa Chang from Centrical, and we're going to talk about employee engagement and strategies for driving high performance team. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, Rahul, and thank you all so much for joining us today from across the globe. My name is Melissa Chang, and I'm the Director of Customer Success here at Centrical. Now, we've had the pleasure of partnering with Teleperformance for the last 4 years. To kick us off, let me tell you a little bit about Centrical and what we believe in. So, our roots are in gamification, and for us, that's all about driving behaviors, employees getting engaged from day one, empowering supervisors with the tools that they need to coach their agents and by driving these behaviors to the ultimate goal here is to drive performance results. And what we've learned with teleperformance is that gamification does not work in a silo. Raul, how have you embedded gamification into your existing processes to drive impact for your organization?
Well, great questions. Thanks, Melissa. And Teleperformance adopted gamification both internally and to drive engagement and throughout the organization, especially for our clients to drive business outcomes. Well, what that means is it's embedded into our DNA, and culturally, everyone is familiar and understands this is a fundamental part of how we succeed. Well, when you have that foundation, it streamlines how you then extend that same best practice to your clients, and our operations teams are already accustomed to seeing gamified scorecards when they open their desktops and knowing this is where they monitor their performance, where they receive feedback. And a lot of cases, this is tied to either our company store or the clients, and they're rewarded through the same platform.
I really like that story and the way it's all kind of together as a one stop shop, especially for the employee. One of the big things nowadays, and has been for a while, is really around attrition, right? How do you keep the right talent in your organization? Attrition is one of the biggest challenges for BPOs and contact centers. It's costly, it has significant impact on productivity. We see BPOs across the world struggling with early attrition and those never ending onboarding cycles. How have you leveraged gamification to impact onboarding and drive long term engagement with those agents to retain them for even longer?
Well, attrition, yes, I agree. It's an important topic. And attrition is costly and it does drive down productivity when you're having to backfill these new agents constantly. And it impacts learning curve, it impacts our overall cost of doing business, and so on and so forth. So, all of us in this industry understand the cost of attrition. Well, this is an area where TP excels. It's not our biggest challenge, but certainly something we pay close attention to. Well, in 2017, we digitized our entire agent onboarding lifecycle, starting with using chatbots to assist in recruiting and pre-screening. We award badges to candidates that progress through the interview and the onboarding process. What we found was, again, this helped set the stage for what their experience would be once they were in production and removed some of the anxiety and friction the agents have to go through when they transition out of training, which has been super important for an early stage attrition perspective. And for us, it was an opportunity to remove that anxiety, not only helped with the retention, even more so from a proficiency, which provided tangible benefit for our clients and business.
I have always been impressed with how innovative teleperformance has been. Some of the things that you just talked about, bringing chatbots to life from day one, I think that's amazing. And modernizing the BPO operations is definitely a top of mind topic across the industry. It impacts employees at all levels, from the contact center manager to supervisors and all levels. Have you used Centrical to support those contact center managers and supervisors to provide more effective coaching and create stronger connections across teams?
Well, that's our core, right? And that's what it boils down to. And I keep telling my team that when the rubber meets the road, our supervisors, our agents, and our managers are the most important asset to delivering good performance. And I mentioned attrition not being our biggest challenge. And I was alluding to the modernization of operations, which I would take a step further to call a digital transformation of operations. And a big part of what that entails is how we make use of all of that data that's now available to drive a consistent and standardized approach to how we measure performance across our business. And Centrical has played a big role in that. It gives us a unified view of disparate data, breaks it down to the team level, the individual level. So now, instead of my performance coming to me across different and several reports, it gives me one place where I can go back and check my report and where I can compare myself to the rest of my team. And Centrical makes it easy for me to see specifically what actions or trainings I need to improve on. It also does a great job of making it easy for everyone at all levels within the team to see what coaching was provided, what targets were agreed upon, how we are progressing against those targets, and summarize it at a manager level, which makes it easy to audit. And because of that, instead of wasting cycles trying to figure out where our people have opportunity, it allows the organization to focus on the customer and delivering the right experience. And I hope that resonates with you, Melissa.
Oh, it absolutely does. So many of the things that you say resonate with Centrical's beliefs on how to engage employees, bring the right tools to them at the right time. And these are all topics that
Yeah,
are near and dear to our heart. Do you want to tell us a little
yeah.
bit more about how Centrical has impacted the agent experience?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest impact is that it takes the ambiguity out of performance. Our agents know where they stand at any time in the month, well, especially where compensation might be tied to performance, and gives them time to course correct if needed on a daily basis. It also makes it fun for the agent group. All of our deployments with Centrical are customized for the client or brand, and we involve the agents in designing the look and feel along with the games and the badges so they have their vested interest in the tool where they spend a large part of their day. Well, another big enabler for adoption was the ability to access Centrical from within the MyTP mobile app. And that gives the agents the option to communicate and take it in the information in the way that comes more natural to them. So they feel empowered. And that in turn drives engagement and the right outcomes.
That's really interesting, and knowing that it can be at your fingertips, right? That's huge. So, Rahul, tell me, why should an organization consider incorporating a type of platform like Centrical into their technology stack? And if you could put it into one word or two words, why should customer care and sales organizations consider incorporating this type of platform?
Well, I'll probably say two words, right? The future. And something our team members have constantly given us positive feedback on. This is how the business needs to be run. It is something for our employees, how it binds the team together in a healthy, competitive environment. And it's been a huge part of our success as we operationalized and transformed, in fact, our entire operational structure. So I think it's the future and something that our employees love to engage in a competitive environment. So that's how I would summarize it. And I would say, probably for today's conversation, I'd like to thank the audience, you, Melissa, for joining this session today. And hopefully, we'll have many more such conversations on a topic which is super important for our industry. So thank you, Melissa, and thank you, everybody else, for joining today's session.
Thank you, Rahul. The pleasure's been mine.